Orange. What do you think of? The colour, the fruit, the place, or for the highbrow amongst you, the royal house of the Netherlands? This one word captures so many different meanings. How did so many things get named orange? And more importantly, which one of them is the true original? First things first, to really know is that there are really only two oranges, the place and the fruit. All the other meanings are nothing more than the descendants of these two. To begin, let me divulge about the place named Orange. It is now what you and I would call France, but Orange the place is old and was in a region of Western Europe known as Gaul. The ancient Romans had expanded their empire to include Gaul in around 50 BC, and they made the town of Orange approximately 2,029 years ago. At the time, the town was named after the Celtic water god, Arusio. As language has evolved, people's accents and pronunciation has changed, the town's name has morphed into being called Orange. And that is the first orange we will look at. Remember, the place Orange is the oldest of all the oranges. On to the other orange, and it is most important to impress that this one is completely different to the first. It is an utter coincidence that these two completely different things have the same name. Let me explain. The second orange is none other than the juicy fruit. Oranges began their life in Asia, and slowly, as people moved, wars were fought, the orange travelled through Central Asia, across the north of Africa, jumped through to Spain via the Strait of Gibraltar, and by the middle of the 17th century, the orange was known throughout Europe and considered a high-class luxury for those Europeans living in the colder north. The English word is based on the Arabic word naranj. This is the second instance of the word orange. The fruit arrived in Europe almost 1600 years after Orange, the place, was founded. The etymologies of these two words are completely different, and these two have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Well, nothing until they both ran into each other in Europe at the same time. To understand this, we need to go through a brief yet important history interlude about the House of Nassau-Orange, which is the ruling family of the Netherlands, and at times have been some of the most important people in Europe. Orange the place is where it began. While Orange was ruled by the Romans, it became quite prosperous, and it eventually gained its independence in the 11th century. Orange was important enough that a principality was established, who was led by none other than the Prince of Orange. He ruled over the city and the surrounding areas. As principalities works, the Prince of Orange title was passed down from father to son and then his son and so forth for a good while, at least 500 years, and then in 1544 the Prince of Orange died. The significance here is that he did not have a child. His heir was his cousin, an 11-year-old named William of Nassau, who would become William of Orange. Not the famous William of Orange who would become King of England, that was his great-grandson, but nevertheless he was a William of Orange. As the family became very powerful in Europe, while the fruit of the same name was a symbol of luxury, the royal family started to adopt and use the colour of the fruit in their standards, and the colour orange still has a strong connection to the Netherlands today. Speaking of the colour orange is named after the fruit. There is no question about it. It's not like the colour orange didn't exist before the fruit made its way to Europe. People used to refer to the colour as yellow-red or red-yellow, which makes sense, as orange is a mixture of both red and yellow. Now that I have established why orange is so complicated and luxurious, I bet you would want to become orange, and listen closely. I know a way, and it is perfectly safe. Just follow these steps. Step 1, eat a carrot. Step 2, eat another carrot. Step 3, actually eat 7 more carrots. Step 4, wait a day, and repeat step 1. If you continue to eat 10 carrots a day for a month, you should start to turn orange. It will be most noticeable on your ears, nose, and palms of your hands. They will have a delightful orange tinge to them, making you the talk of the town. But how does eating a simple orangey carrot turn you orange? Carrots contain beta-carotens. When a human consumes beta-carotens, it can enter the bloodstream, and as the beta-carotens travel around the body, it deposits itself around. These beta-carotens have an orange hue, and if they accumulate enough in your body, you will start to appear orange. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.